take a deep breath. Let yourself settle for just a moment. Now, ask yourself quietly, who am I really? Not as a mother, not as a wife, not as a professional. Who am I beyond the titles, the expectations, and the constant giving? For so many women, this question begins as a faint whisper, a gentle tug at the edge of our consciousness. Over time, as the days blend into each other and the routines grow ever more demanding, that whisper becomes a call we can no longer ignore. From the moment the alarm rings, your day is in motion. You're up before the sun, orchestrating breakfast, packing lunches, checking calendars, and managing schedules. Your phone buzzes with work emails as you juggle 1,000 details. By the time dinner is on the table and the homework is checked, you're running on fumes. Yet, even as your head hits the pillow, your mind races with thoughts about everyone else's needs and tomorrow's to-do list. In those rare, quiet moments, maybe while brushing your teeth or staring out a window, you feel the gentle ache of absence, not of someone else, but of yourself. This is the silent struggle that so many women carry. The world praises us for how well we fulfill our roles: the nurturing mother, the devoted wife, the reliable professional. These are important and meaningful identities, but they are not the whole story. They are roles we play, not the essence of who we are. The real question is, who is the woman underneath? It's easy to lose ourselves in service to others. Society often tells us that our worth is measured by how much we do for those around us. But the truth is, you are not just the sum of your roles. You are a unique, multidimensional human being with your own dreams, desires, and gifts. Long before you belong to anyone else, you belong to yourself. Let's talk about that feeling of exhaustion. Sometimes it's just the natural tiredness that comes from a full life, but sometimes it's more than that. Chronic fatigue, mood swings, and even feelings of being disconnected can have physical roots: nutritional deficiencies, hormonal imbalances, or simply not having enough time to care for your own well-being. When you don't feel your best physically, it's even harder to connect with your inner self. Stories like Sarah's are more common than you might think. Sarah was a high-achieving professional, a loving wife, and a devoted mom. From the outside, she had everything together. But inside, she felt like a ghost moving through her own life. Her wake-up call came when she froze during an important work presentation. That night, she realized she couldn't remember the last time she felt truly happy. Not just busy or productive, but genuinely alive and joyful. It was only after meeting a mentor who asked her about her childhood passions that Sarah remembered. She used to love writing stories. For years, she had set aside the things that made her feel vibrant and whole. With support, she began to reclaim small pieces of her lost self. Just 15 minutes of writing each morning began to change everything. Her energy improved, her relationships deepened, and her sense of purpose returned. Rediscovering your true identity is not about abandoning your responsibilities. It's about honoring the person who chose those roles in the first place. The woman who became a mother, who built a career, who entered into partnership, she is still there, with her own needs, her own voice, her own dreams. The journey back to yourself can feel daunting. You may worry about being selfish, or fear that your family won't understand. You may encounter resistance from others, or from the critical voice inside your own mind. But here's what's important to remember. Nurturing your authentic self is not selfish. In fact, the more you connect with your true identity, the more you have to give to those you love. Ask yourself, what lights you up? What did you love as a child before the world told you who you had to be? What would you do if you had even a few minutes to yourself each day? Sometimes the answers are simple: a love of music, a passion for art, a desire to learn, or the joy of being outdoors. Sometimes they're deeper: a yearning for meaning, for creativity, for personal growth. Start small. Carve out a little time each week for something just for you. Write in a journal, take a walk, revisit an old hobby, or explore something new. Notice what makes you lose track of time or brings a smile to your face. These are clues that point toward your authentic self. As you do this, you may need to set new boundaries. You may need to ask for help. You may need to let go of perfectionism or the need to please everyone. This takes courage. It's normal to feel guilty or afraid at first. But as you make space for your true self, you'll notice positive changes ripple through every part of your life. You'll show up as a more present mother, a more loving partner, and a more fulfilled professional. Your identity is not a fixed destination. It's a living, evolving journey. Each season of life brings new challenges and new opportunities for self-discovery. Early motherhood may require creative ways to stay connected to yourself. The empty nest years may invite you to explore long-held dreams. At every stage, you have permission to grow, to change, and to claim your right to a full and authentic life. You don't have to do this alone. Seek out supportive friends, mentors, or communities where you can share your journey. Sometimes, professional support. A therapist, a coach, or a healthcare provider can make all the difference, especially if you suspect physical health issues are contributing to your sense of disconnection. Remember, you are not just what you do for others. You are a complex, beautiful, ever-evolving person. Your dreams, your voice, and your desires matter, not just because they make you a better mother, wife, or professional, but because you are worthy in your own right. So, take a moment today. Breathe. Ask yourself, who am I beyond my roles? What do I need to feel whole? What small step can I take to honor my authentic self? The world needs your unique light, not just for what you do, but for who you truly are. You deserve to feel seen, heard, and valued, not just by others, but by yourself. This is your invitation to rediscover the woman you've always been, waiting patiently beneath the surface. The journey back to yourself begins with a single step. Take it today. You are worth it.